ISEAL Code of Good Practice is a key international guide and reference document that sets out what good practice in setting social and environmental standards should look like. Today, I'm very happy to mark the occasion and celebrate full member compliance with the ISEAL Code of Good Practice.
In February of this year, I wrote the resolution which went through the European Parliament to determine our policy in this 5 years on corporate responsibility, and in that resolution referenced and supported the work of ISEAL. I know that you're not just standards organisations, that you are part of movements that are committed to a mission of change to improve and drive up social and environmental standards in our world. I really believe that the Code of Practice is a mechanism which is one helping each of the individual members of the ISEAL Alliance to do better, to maintain their standards and to do better. But I really do believe too that it is setting an example then for others in which they can follow.
Accountability is a non-profit organisation working internationally in the field of standards focused on sustainability. And we are hugely pleased that the ISEAL Code of Good Practice has been developed, because it's our firm belief that good governance in tomorrow's standards institutions is the single most important thing in ensuring that the business community and indeed the broader organisational community gets sustainability right.
I'm particularly pleased to be here today to celebrate the compliance of all the ISEAL members with the Code of Good Practice. It has meant different things for the different organizations.
Today, 1.5 million farmers and workers in the developing world are benefiting from the trust that consumers place in the standards behind our label. But we know we must never take that trust for granted. And that's why Fairtrade Labelling Organisations International is proud to commit to the ISEAL Code of Good Practice for standard setting, which ensures a clear and consistent framework for setting social and environmental standards.
IFOAM is a global umbrella organization for the organic movement. We've been involved in standards development for over 3 generations, and we were very happy to now have the ISEAL Code of Good Practice to help validate and lend credibility to our standards development process.
FSC is engaged in the ISEAL Alliance because it believes cooperation is key to the success of certification systems. It also complies with the ISEAL Code of Good Practice for setting social and environmental standards because it believes they add to the quality of FSC's work and also to the credibility of certification.
Rainforest Alliance and our partners in the Sustainable Agriculture Network really enjoyed the collaborative learning process that we had in developing the Code of Good Practice with ISEAL. One of the things that we've expanded as a result of the process is our work on local indicator development, using an expanded multi-stakeholder process in countries like those in Africa and Asia, where we're now expanding our work.
The Marine Stewardship Council's membership of ISEAL clearly demonstrates for us our commitment to ISEAL's standard setting procedures. It demonstrates the credibility of our program and clearly shows to the wider audience that our processes are stakeholder driven and accountable.
SAI is using the ISEAL Code of Good Practice for developing new versions of the SA 8000 code and for revising it. We think it defines very well the steps that are needed to make sure that the people who are most concerned are involved in the process, that their voices are heard, that the standard text is reviewed and commented on by the people who matter the most.
The recently launched Code of Good Practice provides a solid tool for excellence in our standard-setting activities governing the marine aquarium trade. We encourage other standard-setting organizations to comply with the code to ensure an environmentally friendly future for generations to come.
this moment marks a lot of hard work on the part of the standards directors of all of our organizations, but more broadly than that, the entire constituencies of our member organizations, which are quite significant. So it is a big step. Again, if you'd like to read the details of the ISEAL code, you can download them from our website and find much more information about the code and how it was developed, as well as the changes that have been put in place through our member activities.